to, essentially go through a simple warm-up exercise of showing you a set of prompts which are okay but not so great, and then give you some modification of those prompts which is a better version of prompt, right? And this will be a warm-up exercise, and that will set us up for the whole lesson going forward. So let me share my screen. Here are some of the prompts that I have listed. So let's go through the prompts and see what are the outputs that we get from ChatGPT. Okay, so here is a prompt that discusses the history of the universe in one sentence, right? Now it's going to provide you an output such as like from the Big Bang to the formation of galaxies, stars, planets. The universe history spans 13.8 billion years of cosmic evolution. Now, one issue I see with this prompt, it is an unrealistic and complex task, requiring an extensive topic to be condensed into a single sentence. Okay, so the result that you are likely to get out of any language model or ChatGPT is going to be overly simplistic, right? And that's the issue that I see with this prompt. And we can make this prompt a little bit better by being more specific. So if we provide the alternate version, right? So the alternate version for this prompt could be something like this: that in a concise sentence describes the Big Bang theory and its significance to cosmology, right? And so again, we have still restricted the ChatGPT to give a one sentence answer, but rather than keeping things open, we have provided it a little bit more focus, right? And this is what we want to get out of this prompt engineering process, where we want to be a little bit more precise with the output that we are getting out of the prompt engineering a ChatGPT interface, right? So the second example here is like I'm asking prompt GPT to provide a solution to world hunger, right? Now this the prompt itself, again, we got an answer, but the prompt itself is oversimplifies a complex global issue and expects a single solution, and it does not even consider the multifaceted nature of the problem for which we are asking answers from the ChatGPT. So I think it's a prompt, or what we want to get out of this is like probably a multifaceted answer, but we are posing these questions in a way such that it is not taking the best sort of use case of how we should be using the ChatGPT. And again, if you look into a possible alternate of better way of answering or posing this question, we can say that okay, maybe what you need to do is we need to consider and pose this prompt something like this, where we ask it to propose a comprehensive strategy to alleviate global hunger, considering economic, political, and social factors. So this might be considered sort of a little bit better version of the previous prompt, where we are giving it more context. We are asking it to treat it as a multifaceted issue and proceed to give response with this more information. Let's move on to the third example. So the third example that I have is essentially, we are asking you to, summarize essentially a novel in brief, right? So we are asking someone to summarize, whole novel or the plot of novel in 2 words, right? Now, while this topic is, relevant, and while we are asking everyone to, ChatGPT to give a 2-word response, but this prompt demands essentially an extreme level of brevity, and that is unrealistic for summarizing a very complex novel. And in that setting, the prompts that we can alternative prompts that we can use, or a good prompts that we can use could be, summarize the central themes or character developments in the Leo Tolstoy War and Peace and paragraph, right? So here what we are doing is like not leaving it to a very succinct or a brief answer, but at least having a little bit more room of exploration and giving chance for the large language models to answer it in a little larger format. Let's move on and also discuss other issues. For example, I'm taking maybe a prompt where we are asking ChatGPT to explain the meaning of life, right? So one of the issues that I see with this prompt is like it poses an existential philosophical questions which has no clear answer. it's a too abstract and may result in many cases vague and ambiguous responses, right? So if you are posing questions like this, we can be a little bit better in terms of how we interact with ChatGPT by rephrasing this prompt, by giving it a little bit more context, right? So we probably want to understand what are the different philosophical perspective on this topic, and providing a response where such as explore various philosophical perspective on the meaning of life, highlighting key theories and their implications, gives the large language model to provide you a better context and a better answer that is faster. So now you can see that the answer is larger and probably a better answer than what you will get if when you're just giving something which is like a very complex question, right? With that, let me go to the final prompt that I wanted to talk about. So the final topic that I wanted to talk about is, asking or prompting something like this, which is again not specific, and asking, ChatGPT to provide us answers for this question, where we are asking it to explain the impact of technology on society. Now, this topic is relevant and the prompt, but I think the prompt is too broad and open-ended, and it does not specify which aspect of technology or societal impact to focus on, leading to a potentially unfocused response. So if you change this sort of prompt to some different prompt, and an alternative good prompt for this category could be, maybe analyzing the impact of artificial intelligence on job market, focusing on its both potential benefits and challenges, right? So here we are giving it more focus rather than a very broad topic discussions that we there. And answers that you get out of such prompts are going to be more focused with respect to that specific topic, and they are going to be also probably more useful to you as a user of a ChatGPT interface. So the response is like, here are the benefits, here are the challenges, and some of the other aspects, mainly focusing on the artificial intelligence part of the technology and so forth. So, right. So with that demo, I think we are ready to understand like some of the principles for effective